Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Nilay Patel here on the Jesse James Beads Facebook page. My job is to bring you fun, creative, easy, inspirational projects using the ever fabulous Jesse James Beads. And I am so excited tonight because I did not know this was gonna happen, but suddenly my friends have started to carry SilverSilk and more, and I am so excited because now I get to use all of those beautiful colors, all the different strands of cords in with Jesse James Beads on these videos. Now, I can't tell you how much inspiration has been flooding my head with all sorts of project ideas and all kinds of ways to use it. And of course, it just makes the beads sparkle even more. The beads make the SilverSilk sparkle even more, and it's just a beautiful combination. In celebration of the SilverSilk launch on the Jesse James Beads website, they're offering a special coupon code, Silver Ship in all caps. I'm actually going to write it down whenever I turn my camera around. We've got a ton of people joining already. Hi guys! Trisha's here. That's my buddy from many videos ago. Plus, I got to meet her at Bead Fest, which was so much fun. I saw that Sherry is on here. Hi Sherry. Sarah has tuned in. My buddy Sarah James. This is just a beautiful community, a beautiful friendship that we've all developed. And again, I just love bringing these projects to you guys. So I thought that tonight we would dabble in some SilverSilk earrings. Hi, Mimi. And I thought of an idea yesterday that I'm pretty excited about, and I think it'll be easy for you guys to make out there and try it yourselves. If you haven't gotten SilverSilk, you can check it out on the website, jessejamesbeads.com, and on there you will find tons of different colors and cords. And findings, actually. They started carrying the findings too. So I'm anxious to get to the project, and so I'm going to flip the camera around. My buddy's on the other line here. Sarah is going to be dropping in links to all the products that I'm going to be using. So I'm so excited. Again, guys, Jesse James Beads has turned into a one-stop shop. They've made all of our shopping needs so much easier. I'm actually going to tilt the camera up a little bit. My apologies if it's slightly fuzzy. There we go. All right, so again, you guys, I'm actually going to write down the coupon code for free shipping. It's Silver Ship. Free shipping on SilverSilk. Pretty exciting. Code. Alrighty, I have a few things in front of me. First, of course, is this beautiful SilverSilk. Check that out, you guys. Isn't that just pretty? This is the Pearlesque Seafoam, and what Pearlesque means. And first, I never really get to the anatomy of SilverSilk, so I'm going to pull some of this back, actually, because this is just a sample I have. But as you can see, there's a ball chain, a silver-plated ball chain inside as the base. This offers a very structured cord that you could certainly use to hang large pendants off of. You could do lightweight materials, but I think for those larger whole beads that really just need a easy, quick cord, this is the stuff, because again, look how sparkly that is. But over the ball chain, we have this beautiful, let me pull this back a little bit. Look at that, you guys. It's a tinsel. So if you think of a Christmas tinsel, the stuff that you throw on a Christmas tree during the holidays, or whatever decorations you have in your house that's rainbowy and sparkly, this is the stuff that is knitted over the ball chain, and on top of that is the actual wire that's been knitted. This is a 99.9% enameled copper wire, and it's of course got this coating on it for the color, not only for the color, but also helps it to be tarnish resistant whenever you are wearing it. You do not have to store it properly for it to not change colors. You can leave it out and still be okay with it. What else? If it doesn't fray, as you can see, I peeled that stuff back, but there's no like way to undo that wire. So I think that's a really neat feature of it as well. And with the SilverSilk, you get custom end caps. So these are also available on the website. today I'm going to be using double strand end caps in silver. And what's neat about these is these are a plated brass end cap. And so the brass is a very high-end premium end cap that I carry, and Jesse James Beads is carrying now as well. So thank goodness for that. Only top quality materials is available in the stores, but the end caps have a very special teeth inside of it. And the teeth help to grip the ball chain. So therefore, you do not need any glue, and you do not need any special tools. It's basically insert and crimp, as I will demonstrate later in the video. So this will be a very fun, informative project, and I'm going to teach you how to weave into it with some wire. Here I'm just using some craft wire. This is the 26 gauge craft wire, so I'll have that on hand as well. And I will also be using some beads. And you know what? I pulled out the Goddesses collection. Now this one is one of my favorites, I think. I love the Egyptian ones personally, but I also love the Norse goddesses, excuse me. This one happens to be the Freya collection, and she is fabulous. She is white, neutral, very glitzy. You could see some hints of blue and gray in there, so I think this will be a perfect match for the Seafoam. So I'm going to be using some of those as well, along with some earring hooks, which I have here on the side. And sorry, Sarah, if I'm going a little too fast. I know you're posting links as we're going along here, but I'll try my best to keep up with the materials. That way you're posting accurately, because again, my favorite company, Jesse James Beads, is a one-stop shop. So alright, so the first thing we got to do is figure out what we want to make with our earrings. And so kind of what I was thinking, because I've got this cool board out, is maybe we have our end cap here. And I love this oval shape. It's usually what I end up going to just because it makes a very beautiful drapey earring. But I want to figure out new ways to utilize it because I have this idea in mind. So what I want to do is suspend a bead in the middle. Somehow we'll hang it off there, and then let's figure out a way that we could actually insert wire to do some freeform beading around here. Maybe we give it a very textural volume, and I think we can achieve that with the wire here, the 26 gauge. And so of course our earring hook will go up there. So let's try and figure out a way to do that. Now the first thing I want to do is figure out the shape to this design. And of course I want this beautiful teardrop shape. That won't be a problem. So what I'm going to do is get a good size earring here, and I think I'm looking at maybe about 5 inches. Maybe not quite 5, maybe closer to 4. When I cut this, I want to take a couple things into consideration. I want to make sure that I have enough space for the end cap. Usually this is about 2 of the balls in the ball chain. And also, if I'm cutting at the end of anything, I definitely want to take into account that I don't want stuff to fall out. So usually the 2 ball count is pretty accurate for most trimming. So let's go ahead and cut that. I'm going to do an equal measure for my other side, for my other earring, really. There we go. Go ahead and cut that. And let's put this into our earring so that we make this, our end cap, so we make this earring shape. I'm trying to read the comments as we're going along here. Trisha says, love the whiteboard. Yeah, you know what? I just did that today. And I must say, I kind of like the idea too, so I might make that a trend, especially for when I'm sketching out these designs, because that is helpful from my end as well. All right, a couple things whenever you want to crimp this. First of all, I would be very hesitant to use chain nose pliers because mine are pretty heavy duty. And I'm afraid that I'm going to scratch my beautiful, shiny, gorgeous end cap, and I definitely, as much as I'm investing in these high-end materials, I do not want to scratch them. So I am actually going to use a pair of nylon jaw pliers to give myself a good little crimp there. My nylon jaw pliers are pretty beat up, as you can see, and I prefer it that way because that will give me a very solid grip on my jewelry here, on my findings. There we go. Cool. And while we're here, let me go ahead and do the other one, just because I wanna. There we go. Lucy says, why are those beads not popping off the string? I wonder if you're talking about the ball chain inside of this. This is actually a chain, a ball chain. So if you think about it, you know those like fan pulleys with the little tiny ball chains on them? That's pretty much what's inside of this. It's a very tiny, delicate chain that's been knitted over. Very cool, innovative product, I must say. Okay, so you simply insert it into the end cap, just like that. Is there a way to scar up those pliers because mine are totally slick? Yes, there is. I'm glad you asked, because I'm a very destructive person. I would say if you run it through your wire, like I use anywhere from like, well, 26 gauge wire all the way to like 10 gauge wire, which you know is extremely thick. So whenever you're pulling wire through enough times over the years, this is just what happens. I wouldn't go about it doing purposefully because you want to keep it a better pair of pliers just for the purpose of it running through and straightening out your craft wires. But you may want to keep an older pair that does have a pair of beat up nylon jaws on it just for this purpose. So might be something to consider and think about. I would not destruct your tools on purpose though. Please don't do that. Okay, what do we want to do now? So we want to pick out some beads, right? That's the fun part. Let's figure out a way. Let's figure out some beads first of all, because look at this massive Jesse James beads collection. Now they spoil me. They certainly probably spoil you guys with the variety that they offer in here. So I'm just gonna bring out a few of these that I think might be kind of cool to include. So I love these. That's pretty fun and funky. I love that. We could maybe put a ball at the end, so we've got these fun silver ones. Let's see what that, or even, whoops, maybe these shiny ones? I'm tempted to spill it out, but I already know what's going to happen, you guys, is it's going to go all over my table, all in my rug that's below me. I'm trying to play it safe today. What can I say? Alrighty. I like this. Do you guys like that? I'm going to take a poll here to see if I should switch it out and do something different. But I kind of like where that's going. But we've got plenty of tinier beads to make some volume and other texture happen too. But I'm kind of thinking that this seems to work for me. So let me see if I can work with that. I have some head pins here. These are probably 2-inch head pins, I think. Yep. And I am going to... I got a lot of laughy faces for that, so thank you if you find my dialogue humorous. I entertain and do laugh at my own jokes because I'm that kind of weirdo. Okay, so that seems to be a pretty good fit for me. So I'm going to go with it. And guys, if you are tuning in, we're making these beautiful earrings, but I certainly hope that you will share the love to your respective bead pages and friends or Facebook wall so that we get other people inspired. And for me, it's partially creativity, partially the community, certainly, and we want to get everyone inspired. We want to get everyone motivated to do some great work, and we want to bring people together. If that's part of our mission, that's certainly my mission in life. So do share the wealth. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a pair of round nose pliers. And I want to trim this wire back a little bit because it's sticking out just a tad bit too much for my comfort zone. So we're going to trim this back. We want to make this about a 1/2 inch is usually the rule that I like to give for the tippy top there. And what I'm going to do is take my round nose pliers, and I'm going to go ahead and make a simple loop at the top. So I will make sure that my pliers are perpendicular to my hard wire there, making sure that nothing sticks up above the top there. Certainly, if you go closer in on the pliers, the smaller the simple loop will get. And of course, if you go backwards, if you go all the way down here, your loop is going to be a lot bigger just because of the size of the mandrels on the round nose. So I'm going to go about halfway because that's kind of a good size for me. Whenever I twist it around, I want to make sure that I get the smooth P-shaped loop. This is ideal for the first step, and it looks like there's a little bit of a gap, but not enough to really bother me. If there's a major gap, I would recommend cutting off part of that P-shaped loop and inserting it back into your pliers and then continuing to make that beautiful round P shape. Now the next step, I want to break that neck. This is important because I want to make sure that my loop is symmetrical. If you do not wish to practice this on the main jewelry piece, I highly recommend that you grab some 22 gauge craft wire and practice making simple loops. I had my students do this in the past. Before even starting a project, I would take out a foot long of craft wire and have them just make simple loops for about 30 minutes. And they did perfect it towards their project. So what I did was I just broke it. So what that does is it makes my loop symmetrical. It is leaning towards one side, but that's not a problem. I can insert it back into my pliers and simply fix. And voila. Pretty snazzy, huh? Alright, same thing with this guy. We're just going to do doubles here. Cut it back, making sure that there's a 1/2 inch. There we go. Insert it into my pliers and work my way around. Just like that. And then I'm going to break that neck. I don't do this in real life, and I don't recommend it, but I do love doing it to my head pins, I must say. There we go. Perfect. Now that we have our central component made, now we're asking ourselves, how do we connect everything together? Well, this is where our wire will come in, our 26 gauge baby thin wire. That's going to be perfect for it. I'm actually going to go ahead and take out... Oh, we have a question. Sorry, I've been ignoring some of the feed here as I'm talking. Love your round nose pliers. Where can I get them? This is a funny story, and this is also a topic that comes up a lot, just because I use them quite frequently. But I wish I had an answer for you, Linda. However, this is a plier that one of my students, back whenever I was teaching at the Technology Center here in Tulsa, one of my students actually purchased this for me from a trade show. So I have no idea the brand. It simply says Pakistan stainless steel on the backside. I've used these forever, and I do apologize. I wish I had a source for you for these, but these were actually purchased as a gift for me. And it was not a bribery gift, so I don't know what you guys are talking about or whispering, but I promise it was not a bribery gift from one of my students. It was totally just a I love your class and love everything that you taught me gift, which was very, very sweet. Okay, I'm going to take my wire, and here's where the beauty and magic of SilverSilk is. You can weave through it, you can sew through it, you can wrap around it, you can bead things through it. This SilverSilk cord is nothing like anything else. It is absolutely unique to its own. But I'm going to insert my beaded component in, and I'm actually going to exit through the other side. Now, how easy was that to take a basic shape and really turn it into something else? I mean, look at that already. So now we have this cool ability to weave beads in and out with our wire. And all we have to do is just go through the SilverSilk if we need to. Now there is a little bit of a gap, and that does bother me, so what I think I'm going to do is a couple things. I think I can grab some beads from this beautiful mix, and let's see if I can find 4 of them at least, because I need 2 on each side, so there's 2 tiny beads, and I love the color combo in this Goddesses collection. Whoops. As I'm digging here, Trisha says you deserve the best, my friend. I appreciate that, Trisha. Linda says thank you. Have seen you use them before. Lucky you. Yeah, I again wish I had the source, because if I did, I would totally love to share where those came from, just because if I'm happy with them, I know my friends would be out there too. So, okay, let's try this again. Now, knowing that these beads are a little bit bigger, I suppose I could have moved up closer to the um, end cap there too, so that's another option. But I'm curious to see if I take my beads and string them up closer to the loop part. So there we go. This stuff is like a needle to a cord. I mean, it really just goes smoothly right through it. Yeah, I think this might work. Let me try stringing that and then going with this. There we are. Perfect. Cool. And you know what? You could even add beads to the top of it with some other wire, which we might do later. I don't know. You know me, I always like to add extras after the video is done, just because enough is never enough for me. Now, guys, real quick intermission here. I found these beaded components, which I'm not necessarily gonna use today with these, but I just thought from a matching standpoint, these little beaded components, beaded connectors, match really well with the seafoam pearlesque chain. So I just thought I want to bring those out and show you them, as well as these beautiful little connectors too. So whatever you end up using them for, I don't know. They just stuck out to me on my table, and I was like, oh, I gotta mention those because I love them. All right, so now we can kind of get crazy and do whatever we want. So if I'm gonna add texture, I wonder if I could just kind of wrap some of these super duos. Or no, I think these are mini duos. Yeah, they're the mini duos. They are just enough texture to make this interesting. And I have 2 different holes. So you might have some of these in your stash, maybe you don't. I think you can use seed beads. These were the shiniest ones that I had. So I'm just going to try and use them and see what we can do with them. So I kind of like that. I wonder if I just kind of loop it through, and it might give me some really neat texture on the outside. Let's see. This is basically like sewing with thin wire, and I love the craft wire for that because it allows me to be very free and easy with it, but I can have some structure, and I don't have to worry about it necessarily. See, okay, so I don't really love how that's showing, so maybe we put either some texture on the inside, which I might do, because that sounds like a fun idea. Maybe I have some other beads in here that I could use to do that. Perhaps we use one of these. And I might just do the one earring now, and I might finish up the other one after the video. So I'm not hopefully taking up everyone's evening this evening with just designing. This is truly the wonderful fun part of this, is kind of getting to the design portion and the possibilities that you could do with this. There we are. So that looks pretty cool. I kind of like that. I bet I can add a ton of texture and beadwork as such. Robin says, so you can play around and rework as well. Yes, this would be a very good thing to do off camera. Sometimes I like to go back and edit my design and see what works and see what doesn't, and making sure that the design is satisfying my taste. There we are. Now, guys, I love that. It's just such an easy texture. Why not? And again, you can only do this with SilverSilk. You cannot do this with any other cord. Instantly. Instant gratification, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. See if I have any more beads. I bet I have a ton of these tiny little beads. Karen says, love this look. I'm loving it too. I think some magic is happening with this. All right. Fantastic. Now I can actually repeat the other side and see where the middle is going to go here, because what I might do is add a bunch of silver here at the bottom, just for fun. So let's do this.
I need to go back and tighten some of this wire. You can certainly do that. There we go. There is a lot of freedom to be had with this design. And again, we just took a basic shape. For those of you who have just tuned in or just learning about the project now, do not forget we have free shipping with the purchase of $49 in cart, I believe. And the code is SilverShip in all caps. And I drew out and sketched out my little design down there of what I wanted to make, and I have committed to that design. We are going to make it. There we go. These super duos really add something extra to it. I didn't know this magic was gonna happen with, of course, the Goddesses collection too. Let's see. I'm trying to look for the right beads here. I wonder if I could start to incorporate some other colors with it. What I'm digging through, you guys, very meticulously is this. So I apologize if there's a bit of silence here. I was looking for some tiny little silver ones, but I can't find any. Oh, wait, there's one. Aha. Sweet. There we go. Whoever came up with SilverSilk had a fab idea. Indeed, they definitely did. It's a very, very unique product. There's really nothing out there like it. I'm so happy to be the brand owner of SilverSilk and more, and I am thrilled beyond anything that Jesse James Beads is finally carrying it. I'm so excited, and I love that I could use these in the video finally, and I think we're just going to have a ton more examples, a lot more offerings, and some big things happening. So special thanks to Jesse James Beads, and a very huge thanks to you guys for the interest in it. It's been nonstop support for this stuff, I'm telling you. I do highly recommend that if you are getting the SilverSilk and the round pearlesque chain that we have here, to grab some end caps. We have single, double, and triple for 4 different colors, which includes silver, gold, copper, and gunmetal. So that is quite a variety of offerings, I must say. And yeah, I think they're good choices. Okay, so bringing that around, I'm just weaving this through like that. There we go. Wow, look at that. You get this really unusual, cool... It's even warping some of the chain to make this really, like, unique shape here that I kind of love. And if you don't love that, you could definitely manipulate the wire to, you know, shape it however you like. But I kind of like that. It's different and not necessarily round, which I was not expecting. So that's a happy little surprise. Okay. So now I need another silver one. Which, let me dig through this to see if I can grab another one. And I don't see one right off the bat quickly. So we are going to change colors, which is, I can do that on the other side because I haven't finished my other side yet either. So we're just going to impromptu here. Make it up on the spot, right? Robin has pointed out that I'm sort of sewing with the bling, and that is absolutely true. Absolutely. I'm going to take this one out and swap it out with the one that matches that other side. There we go. Guys, I haven't gotten any feedback on if this video is fuzzy or not. I wonder if someone can comment back if it is transmitting clearly. So as I sew this, I will look for that response. Here we are. Perfecto. cool. Like all the beads are kind of hitting in the right spot. Again, I kind of had a design in mind, obviously, but you never know the results of it, so that's also interesting. Nice and clear, thank goodness. I was having some internet problems, so hopefully that's been resolved since then. Okay, thank you guys for the feedback. This is shaping up nicely. Cool. What I might end with is just having a bunch down here. And then maybe tucking in the wire. So let's put 5 on the bottom. Bring our wire up. We don't have to do much to secure this, you guys, which is the fun part, because the wire can just be sewn back into the SilverSilk and it's going to hide quite nicely. So let me grab some more mini duos. And string 5 of them on this time. I can poke my eye out with one of those needles. Luckily with that will be alleviated if you use the 26 gauge wire, and hopefully nothing will poke you in the face. It's quite forgiving, this craft wire is, so there we are. I'm going to see if, I haven't tried this before, so I'm going to try it on air with you guys. I want to see if I can actually pull this through. And maybe that's how I end it. So it's just like kind of silver at the bottom, and then we can get some silver working up towards the sides. Like that. That might work. We can always add more if we want to later, but I think I'm okay with that. I think what I also want to do is kind of get closer to the other wire, because I'm going to twist it once and then trim it down and basically just twist it back into the SilverSilk. That way it's hidden. There we go. Okay. All right, you just twist it a couple times. And I'm wondering if I cut it close enough, then maybe I could just twist it back into the knitted wire. And I'm going to just use my tiny tweezer pliers to do that. Voila. Oh, cool. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Guys, you guys. Like, how cool is that? Isn't that cool? Okay, I love it. I'm going to do my other earring exactly the same, and I did promise a pendant, so let's figure out a quick little pendant for this while we're here. And you know what? If we're going to commit to an earring, at least on one of them, I should put this on. My little earring hook. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. All the beads are hitting in the right spot, which is hard to do. I will say that. It is hard to do, but with some pre-planning and some technique execution, it could definitely be done. If I can do it, you guys can definitely do it. So, if I were doing a pendant, what would I do? I would make the loop bigger, just because it's a pendant, and you know what? Why not? So let's cut this guy. This is, looks like it's closer to 6 inches, maybe just 5.5. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that away. Use another end cap here. So again, I'm using a double strand end cap, and all you do is just place the knitted wire inside of the 2 channels. Grab your favorite nylon jaw pliers and just give it a good squish. Just like that. Perfect. And And now we can customize it. So if I want to switch things up, I want to remain in the realm of the Norse goddesses, which is this stuff right here. So what do we do to mix things up a little bit? Well, I've got these giant crystally pearly gorgeousness right there. So bam, I want to put that in there. And then what do we want to do on top of that? I've got, I've got this, which I kind of love. Ooh, and then maybe like a little bead on top. Like that. Like, okay, that works for me. I love that. So I'm gonna grab another head pin. There we go. I'm a bit worried of this going, maybe it will, maybe it won't. Guess we don't know until we try. Looking for the hole to put this through. Here we are. Kind of have to just guess. This whole thing's kind of a hole. Like there's one. Maybe if we can get through on this side. Or on this. Let's see. It's basically a beaded bead that's been stitched together, and so really this whole thing should be a hole. And if you don't have a hole, like, we could always make one with our little handy dandy beading awl. So it looks like we want it to go through this, so I'm going to just carve myself out a little hole, and let's see if we can push it through. It's like it almost wants to go through. Try on this side. My head pin might be slightly too thick as well, so hopefully we can get a spot here that will work. Man, you guys, it's not quite working the way I want it. But you know what? I wonder, because I'm able to put it through the top there. Like, what if we jump ringed it in? So what we could do, is maybe we just string these through. And, you know, if you can't make something happen, you have to figure out another way to do it, right? And I wish I had a larger... This is the only problem with these tiny round nose pliers, is that you really want something much bigger for that pearl. So we're going to see if I can actually string some of this through. And if not, then we'll figure out another way. And yep, that is going to be problematic. I don't want to compromise my design. So why don't I make another jump ring using one of my mandrels. And I'm just going to make it out of another head pin. So what I did was I just wrapped it around my mandrel like that. This is what I have to do this all the time, you guys, with components and stuff. Sometimes it works, sometimes I need to attach something on the fly, and making jump rings is no new news. So there we go, I got an instant jump ring just after cutting it. So what we can do is string this through. Just like that. And now we have a way to connect all this together. There we go. Which might be cool from a visual placement. This has a nice little ring and space to it. So in that regard, I kind of like it. Happy little mistakes. There are no bad things. They're just, according to Bob Ross, happy little accidents. Okay, now I can go on with this. Perfect. I just made a simple loop, and I'm going to break that neck on the one side, slide all my beads down, and do the same to the other side of the head pin. There we are. Cool, cool. Okay, we're moving right along here, you guys. All right. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. There we are. All right. which side? Yeah, I wanted that side to connect to it. So I'm going to string that, attach it. And then I might apply the same technique to this, or I don't have to. It's totally up to you guys. I've shown you how to wire it through. Maybe I get one started, and then I will leave it to you, my brilliant students, to resolve and post what you make, because I want to know what you all are creating, and I hope you're inspired by what I'm creating. All right, so again, I'm just going to string it through the SilverSilk like that. And there we are. I don't think I need any beads to the side there because it's so close to the top. And I'm just going to come out to this side. Whoops. Easy peasy. Cool. So now I'm ready to do some beadwork on that and connect all this together. We're going to do the same to this earring, and this is our end result, which looks spectacular. Cool. I'm going to turn the camera around, and guys, don't forget about that coupon code right there, SilverShip, free shipping. You definitely want to ship for free. All right, you guys, wasn't that fun? An exercise for me and inspiration for you guys. I've tried to do something that I've never done before using SilverSilk, and this was our end result, which I think made a stunning, beautiful little pendant slash earring slash component, whatever you want to do with it. Jesse James Beads is carrying SilverSilk and more, so thank you guys. Check it out. You can find a ton of inspiration on the Jesse James Facebook page, Instagram, the website, where else? YouTube. If you go to YouTube and search for Jesse James Beads, please do subscribe. You can see a ton of me on there, hopefully if you like me, and all the brilliant and fun and challenging pieces that I've ever come up with are on there as well. Jesse James Beads and SilverSilk and More, which is me, will be at Oakland, California for the, it's not the Babe Show, now I just blanked, but we'll be talking about a bead show there. Whole bead show, it just came to my head. We'll be there in California in November for the whole bead show, so we'll be posting details on that. We'll have some classes, and certainly Jesse James Beads will have a booth there for those of you who are in California. So do look for us and our announcements coming up on that. Guys, it's been real. Please check out our events page here on Facebook. We'll be posting all of our classes coming up for that, so make sure you sign up for a notification on those, and you'll see more of these challenges and surprises from yours truly. And I hope you'll check out my brand and even more inspiration for using SilverSilk on silversilkonline.com. And until next time, keep it fun, inspirational, creative, and Nilay Patel loves you, Jesse James Beads loves you, and go out, share this video, and spread the inspiration. Have a good evening. Love you guys. Bye.